Took 10 whole years to get everything that I dreamed. 10.5 reasons why you are 10.5.
What's up, YouTube? You already know who it is. It's your girls here, and I am back once again, guys, with another video. If you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and also be sure to turn your post notifications on because you don't want to miss a single video. And also be sure to like this video up and every other video you like. So let's get started. All right, you guys, I've been watching a lot of Married at First Sight, and I am on season 10 right now. I can't remember exactly which episode I'm on because it was just going and going and going on Hulu. So I think I'm around episode 5 maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong with the names, but yeah, my best friend was supposed to be in this video, but her sister ended up having her baby today, so congratulations, Sai. I can't wait to see what the baby looks like, and I hope for a speedy recovery in the process. So you guys, I'm going to be talking about relationships, of course, and in this one, the topic is when you're in a relationship and the partner, whether it's your spouse or just the person you're in a relationship with, if your partner makes a mistake, are you going to allow them to learn from their mistakes and correct their behaviors, or are you going to use it as a strike against them and just be like, bro, 3 strikes you out, like I'm gonna give you this one chance, I'm gonna give you maybe another one, but after that it's a wrap? For me, I feel like in this situation, it depends what it is. Like, if it's something like small, minor, like, hey, I don't like when you leave a cup on the nightstand, can you not do that again? If it's something like that, it's not going to be that big of a deal or a deal breaker. But if it's something like disrespect, if it's something like infidelity or cheating, if it's something like that along those lines, that's kind of deal breakers. Those are deal breaker activities. But if it's something like, and I'm not saying like different things are like petty and not monumental in relationships, but some things you can kind of like get over, and some things are like for me, for instance, let's say like I'm in a relationship and the guy that I'm with doesn't like when I belittle him, and my thing is like I'm working on communication, and communication is very, very hard for me sometimes because when I do get upset, I tend to either shut down or blow up. It's either one or the two. And if I shut down, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to talk to you for maybe a couple days, maybe a week. But if I blow up and shit hits the fan, I press buttons, I antagonize, I will say just about anything to get you to feel the pain that you instilled in me. So it's not like everything goes out the window when it comes to an argument. Like there's a certain level, like we can talk and we can have a conversation and we can, have a creative discussion, but once that discussion gets into you either manipulating me, playing on my intelligence and kind of making me feel like I'm dumb for feeling the way that I feel, or manipulating me into thinking that the way I feel is wrong, or just trying to make me see things your way and downplay the situation, then I'm gonna get on your ass. Like then it's a different story. Then I might be liable to say anything, but it's just like, don't play on my intelligence. Don't play on my feelings. Don't downplay my feelings as if they don't matter, because at that point, then I'm going to, okay, I'm gonna downplay your feelings. Like, all right, let's do this. If you want to do this, we can do this. You want to go there? We can definitely go there. I can tell you how your feelings aren't valid, but it's kind of like, you gotta work on communication. And especially with Married at First Sight, like it's the couple, I forget their name, but I'll show you a picture here. It's these two. They literally, like, I'm only as far as when they're on their honeymoon. I haven't seen anything like past the honeymoon yet. But they are like at each other's necks. Like, they don't really want to talk to each other. They don't want to communicate with each other. They're not even sleeping in the same room, like in the same room as each other. And I feel like when you get into a situation where you're trying to be married at first sight, this is a different type of situation. You kind of have to allow your partners to make mistakes in this scenario, yet they've only known each other for like a couple days. So of course he doesn't know your triggers. He doesn't know what you're comfortable with, what you're uncomfortable with. However, what he said was they don't have sex by the end of the honeymoon. It's a deal breaker for him and he wants the marriage to be over. He shouldn't have said that. Like, he really gave her like an ultimatum and kind of made it seem like he didn't care anything like about, you know, the process. He just was like, the end goal is to have sex, and if you don't have sex, it's over. He don't know if he can do the marriage. And I feel like that's wrong. Like, that's definitely wrong, because you're giving her a time frame, like a time limit, and you're kind of like rushing the thing. Like, you're kind of rushing it, even though it's a rush process anyway, but you're like rushing it to the max. Like, you just gotta let it flow. Like, of course, the other couples in the show, they've already had sex with their partner. Some of them have, some of them haven't. However, they've done intimate things like together, but she's just not on that level yet. Like, you can't expect everybody to be on the same page and just be okay with giving their, like, being all in that fast. Some people move slowly, but I do feel like he could have came off a different way. He could have said it a different way. He could have been more polite, or just came off a different way instead of kind of like a butthole. But I feel like in that situation, you have to allow your partner to make mistakes. You have to allow them to make those mistakes so they know what not to do again. Because in that situation, he just got to know her. Like, y'all are just meeting, kind of. And in reality, in real life, you do have to allow your partner to make mistakes. You do have to allow them to test the water a little bit, see what your triggers are, what your insecurities are. However, when it comes to things that disrespect you or disrespect the relationship, there's a cap. There's a limit. There's things you don't do and things that are acceptable. And when you cross the line and get into the things that aren't acceptable and start disrespecting the relationship, as in disrespecting your partner, as in disrespecting the relationship, as in cheating, as in lying, blatantly lying, as in being controlling and obsessive and things like that, when you get into those things, those are deal breakers. Those are, you gotta go. You gotta go. It's over. It's over. And if you trigger your partner's anxiety and depression and things like that, those are deal breakers. If I'm telling you, this is what I'm not comfortable with, these are things that remind me of my childhood, they're triggers for me, they put me in a depression. If you still do those things, you gotta go. Positivity all the way. When somebody disrupts your peace and you feel yourself going downhill and you don't feel like that person is adding anything to your life, that's when you gotta shut it down. You gotta shut it all off at all costs. Love them enough to let them go. So that's how I feel about the situation. And if you guys have any comments, any just any input that you guys want to give me about this whole situation, definitely leave it in the comment section down below and I'll read them all. And you can DM me just like you have been on my Instagram and on my Facebook and stuff about certain topics, about certain videos. And I really do appreciate everybody that gives me feedback and things like that. I love you guys so much. And that is the end of today's topic for Talk It Up Thursday. Talk It Up Thursday. And yeah, if you guys want to be a part of a Talk It Up Thursday, you guys can definitely DM me on my social media or leave a comment down below. I would love to do a little virtual interview discussion for Talk It Up Thursday. And I love you guys, and be safe and be blessed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.